All right, Detroit Lions lose the preseason, second preseason game, 26-20 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up. So share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Want to financially help the channel out? Cash App is CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. All that's information there. I do appreciate everybody that do financially help the channel out. Now, first half was atrocious, and that was largely in part due to y'all got Tim Boyle, right? I don't understand why they consistently continue to put other backup quarterbacks in front of David Blogg, okay? David Blogg is shown to actually be a really, really good backup quarterback with some time to promise to be maybe a Sean Hill or Drew Stanton or Brian Hoyer type of quarterback, okay? And I don't understand why they don't like him. I'm trying to remember last year who they had in front of him. Because remember they elevated him. To from the practice squad to the real roster when the Cowboys tried to snatch him. Okay, remember that? And I just don't understand why. You can clearly see he can freaking play. You can clearly see it. I'm trying to see who was the other quarterback, which they probably not going to tell me. I can't remember who was the backup quarterback last year. Jesus. Oh, man. If you know in the comment section, I can't remember. Oh, somebody came in last year. I'm starting to remember. Who the fuck they came in and they sucked last year? Hold on. I could definitely pinpoint the game. Hold on. Damn, who was that that came in? Chase Daniels, sorry, yes. Thank you. I'm drawing a fire. But let's talk about this game, man. But David Blogg proved to be the most important thing. And I told y'all that's why the quarterback is the most important position in the sport of, maybe in sports, because without a quarterback, you don't have no chance some of the time unless you got like a Hostetler behind them. But, with your starting quarterback, a lot of times it change. And Tim Boyle showed you why he shouldn't even play many more quarters or much more time than David Blogg. And David Blogg proved to be the truth. He proved to be the better quarterback. He proved to do the same shit he did versus in the second half that Tim Boyle did in the beginning of the second half against the same defense. And honestly, it was the change. It changed. The running back started running harder. The offensive line didn't allow a sack until Blogg caught in the game, but Blogg liked to be running around and shit a lot. So Blogg showing the ability to be more mobile. He got sacked one time. He had 115.6 quarterback rating. Meanwhile, Tim Boyd had 43.5. And you idiot if they keep Tim Boyd on this team. Tim Boyd, we didn't need him. Believe in David Blogg. David Blogg can legitimately play. Even though he didn't win the game that year, the year Stafford got knocked out in 2019. But he had us competitive in some games. He just need better NFL coaching and better what you call it, and just experience. Like, I'm looking at the Steelers, like, why is you playing Mason Rudolph over Dwayne Haskins? Mason Rudolph is atrocious. But to be honest, man, I like the Ibuki guy, the running back they got. But the only really bad spot really for the receiver is Amon-Ra St. Brown missing that catch that Tim Boyle throw away. When you got a quarterback that's erratic with his accuracy and consistent, that tends to happen. Okay, but yeah, it was a good game. I thought in the second half they really started to surge. Tim Boyle was the hardest thing in the first half, but Levi Anazorke, he really showed up today and he really made an impact on that defensive line. And even when they started to stop the run, then they go outside on the wheel route or the option Texas route to whatever the fuck it was with to Najee Harris, man. I don't know, man. The linebackers look bad today as usual. Jalen Reeves-Maybin was the only one that really flashed as a starter. But Levi Anazorke, he looked good today in his first action. He really started to press the pocket. He really got penetration. But you're not going to be able to stop the run with him alone, or you bring in healthy blockers, you bring in a healthy hand, Panisi. The second level, when you play a 3-4, that means you bring in an extra linebacker. They got to be able to fill the holes. And they weren't able to fill the holes. And early on in the secondary, Jeff Okudah got torched by Deontay Johnson going deep. He was in zone, but, whatever zone it was, cover 4, cover 3, he wasn't a cover 2, but he got caught flat-footed, and Deontay Johnson turned on the turbo jets and caught a deep pass. Then I think Tracy Walker gave up a touchdown to what's the old boy name? He got 2 of them jokers too. Pat Freeman from Penn State, whatever his damn name is. So, the secondary is supposed to be the strength, but the front end can't work without the back end. The back end can't run without the front end. They didn't do a good job. Jeff Okudah, he got smoked. That ain't what we want to see. And even though I'm not going to shove it in y'all face and say we should have took Justin Herbert, like I said we should have, somebody the year before that was projected to go number 1 overall. But, I mean, a cornerback is not important. We seen Super Bowl, like with Philadelphia Eagles. Quarterback was important. In the last 2 years, between the last 2 regimes, they passed up on quarterback. But, second half, David Bloggbald, if he don't win the job and they keep Tim Boyle, man, I don't know what to say. But second half defense looked better. Is it a coincidence the quarterback played better, defense looked better? No, it's not. Jelani Tavai clearly can't play football. The back end still needs some help. Jeff Okudah still getting smoked. Like I said, I told you, I'm like, man, who is Jeff Okudah shut down in the NCAA? I'm thinking. And nobody give me, well, Quinton Seaver's a good receiver. But he showed some promise today, man. But they got to continue to run the ball, man. They got to prove that they can take the ball and run it down somebody's throats. They had 32 pass attempts today. They ran the ball 22 times. I know they's behind. That's probably why. But look at the Steelers. They was 27 rush attempts, 35 pass attempts. So we gotta get it. We gotta continue to close that gap in ratio because Jared Goff is not the guy that's you want to drop back throwing 32 times. But overall, I was pleased in the second half. Tom Kennedy had some good catches. Cephas looked pretty good out there. So I mean, we'll see. But Tim Boyle ain't the answer. You ain't got the answer, Sway. Tim Boyle ain't the answer, bro. He is not the answer, and I think we all seen that tonight. And if he beat out David Blogg, it's atrocious. David Blogg won the job last year. He was better than Chase Daniels. He better than Tim Boyle this year. Give that man his credit, man. He is a good backup that's still young and got fucking potential. Just because you got experience don't mean you a good quarterback. He only, 25 years old. But he young with potential. He going to get better, and he going to develop into a really good backup, maybe a good starter. Tim Boyle, he's not. He's trash. I don't understand what they seen in Tim Boyle. He ass. Okay, no offense to him, he trash. So, I don't understand what they seen with Jared Goff. I just didn't see it. I still don't see it. But we had to have blind faith in Jared Goff. I'm looking like, man. But then the starters, man, I felt should have been in today. But I took my fight to Levi Anazorke and David Blogg. But the starters should have been in today. They should have, but that's just my humble opinion. They should have been doing their thing, but he decided no joint practices, only scrimmages versus each other. Man, I didn't understand that. I'm about to understand you always say caution, but it don't matter. Ain't no future in the front. MC Breed would say, shout out to Flint, but this team ain't gonna be good this year. So I mean, you should have went out there. I just didn't understand why they didn't play the starters. I understand Hill, but I didn't understand why they got Tim Boyle. I understand why they got Jared Goff. But we're going to see this year. And if they can't run the ball this year, expect to see them with the top 5, top 3 pick, top 2 pick, maybe number 1 pick last year. Because what I'm seeing right now, the players that you're supposed to be counting on, like Jeff Okudah and, Jelani Tavai, they ain't making that jump. And that ain't Brett Holmes' fault. Sometimes they just can't play. But offensively, man, they was in man-to-man coverage. They was getting torched. They went to zone. They was getting torched. And people say, well, give us some time, I'm just saying, I don't see, if it's an improvement in coaching, it's supposed to be upgrading coaches, I don't see it defensively. But like I said before, man, you got a lot of lame duck linebackers. You ain't really got your starters up in the front 3. We're going to have blind faith. But like I said before, their schedule is fucking atrocious, bro. Their schedule is tough. And if they don't get their act together and they don't start to jail, like I told One Prior Nation, I told them on Twitter, I'm like, man, Dan Campbell might not be here. He was like, well, I don't think they expect much. There's always some expectations. If it's little, if it's big, if it's small, there's always some expectations. But tonight, when David Blogg got in, that team, special teams got better, even though the kicker was booming that bitch. The linebackers played better. The O-line played better. Defensive line. And to be said that the O-line, man, they only gave up 1 sack today. And that's probably because David Blogg was, he mobile. So he gave up 1 sack today. So the backup O-line, most of some backups was in it. The line is good. So now we got to start figuring out how to be a physical, nasty football team up front. And they got to figure out how to stop the run consistently. So there's some things to be answered. But, if they keep trending in the way they trended in the second half, it's going to be interesting. But I still stand by my comment that Jared Goff, and other than DeAndre Swift or the other running backs, Everybody should have been starting, even including Frank Ragnow, because you got to get those snaps to jail to be a good offensive line. And if Michael Brockers ain't injured, he need to be out there too. Same thing go for the defensive front seven. The front line. You got to be able to gel together to play together. If you ain't scrimmaging against other teams, those ain't practice reps. They count, but they're not as big as preseason reps. So, like I said, if this team go off to a slow start offensively, I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be too quick to judge. But like I said before, they got a murder schedule. You come out first, you go 49ers, Packers on what, Sunday, Monday Night Football. What is it? Monday Night Football. Then you go to Baltimore. Then you at home versus Baltimore. Then you go to Chicago at Minnesota. That's treacherous right now. 5 games, man. So, like I said, they should have got their reps. And I know he side on the side of caution, because if Jared Goff would have got injured, everybody would have been saying Dan Campbell, you whoop-de-whoop, but this DeAndre got injured, whoop-de-whoop. I get it. I want to play the running backs, but the line and the D-line, they have to get reps in real game situations to start to gel. If you put capital into the defense and offensive line, they should start to gel. High Tie, Sewell, Ragnow, Jackson, and Decker, they need reps. I know people say, what about Jackson, Decker, and Ragnow played together last year? But guess what? High Tie and Sewell, the right side, they didn't play together, so they got to get reps together, man. And another thing, I think, man, they need, if they want to improve their run game, they need to be running with a fullback. We tried the single back, the running shotgun over the last 20, 30 years. We tried the single eye. We need to be getting into some split back, some eye formations, some eye heavies. They need to be going some full house. They need to go back to tough, rugged running the football. And they just running the football behind, an extra tight end, or they run the football behind with no up back. If they want to run the ball with success, I expect Dan Campbell to make the switch with a fullback. But second half, I was pleased with them. David Blogg should have been playing from the second quarter. Had he played from the second quarter, this team would have been winners. But hey, it's preseason, it don't count. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that. Best way to donate, but don't financially forget. You can reach me on, you can donate on Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal, and the link in the description. Appreciate it, man. But don't forget, subscribe me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you got business questions, require response video quests. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.